Thinking about moving abroad? You might want to rethink some options. While relocating to a new country sounds like an adventure, it's important to know that not every place is as welcoming as it seems. In today's video, we'll break down the top 10 countries that expats often regret moving to. From places with harsh work-life balance to those with safety concerns, this list highlights some of the toughest spots to call home. Ready to find out which countries made a cut? Stick with us because we're not just giving you the basics. We'll dive deeper to reveal the real stories and challenges you won't expect. Starting at number 10, let's talk about Japan. You might think living in Japan sounds exciting, but is it all smooth sailing? Many expats find long-term living there challenging. One of the biggest issues is the work-life balance. Japan is known for long hours and a culture of overtime. Employees often feel pressured to work late, which can lead to burnout. Imagine how tough that can be. Aside from work, cultural differences stand out. For example, smoking in public places is common, and many older buildings still have squat toilets. These might seem like small details, but they can make daily life harder for expats. Japan offers a fascinating experience, but settling down for the long term isn't always easy. Could you handle the lifestyle? At number 9, we have Brazil. Who wouldn't be tempted by its stunning beaches, rich culture, and famous festivals like Carnival? But is Brazil really as dreamy as it seems? While the natural beauty is undeniable, expats often face a harsh reality. One of the biggest concerns is the high crime rate, especially in cities like Rio de Janeiro and Sao Paulo. Expats must be extra cautious when doing simple tasks, like withdrawing money or walking around at night. Would you feel safe constantly watching your back? Although Brazil is great for a short visit, long-term living comes with major safety concerns. While it's an exciting place to explore, the constant need for caution can make everyday life more challenging than expected. Could you handle that risk daily? Next up at number 8, we have the United States. Many people dream of moving here for career opportunities and a better life. But does the reality match the dream? For many expats, the challenges can be overwhelming. Crime rates in certain cities, along with racial tensions, add stress to daily life. Would you feel comfortable in areas where safety is a constant concern? Another major hurdle is healthcare. The US doesn't have universal healthcare, which means high costs for medical care. Expats often struggle to navigate the complicated insurance system and face hefty bills. Imagine dealing with denied insurance claims on top of everything else. While the US offers great opportunities, these struggles with crime and healthcare make it a difficult place to settle long-term. Is the dream worth it for you? Now at number 7, let's talk about the UK. It's a popular destination for expats, especially for those looking for jobs in finance, tech, and creative fields. But how easy is it to settle there? Many expats struggle with low wages, particularly outside London. Does the high cost of living sound like a challenge you'd want to take on? Even in London, where salaries are higher, the cost of housing and daily expenses makes it tough to save. On top of that, the UK's cold, rainy weather can be a shock for people with warmer climates. While the NHS offers affordable healthcare, long wait times for specialists can be frustrating. Though the UK has strong career opportunities, the trade-offs with living expenses and the gloomy weather leave many expats wondering if it's worth it. What would you choose? At number 6, we have France. The idea of living in France sounds romantic, but is it really that easy? For many expats, the reality doesn't match the postcard-perfect image. In cities like Paris, the high cost of living and complex bureaucracy can quickly turn daily life into a hassle. Have you ever wondered if navigating French bureaucracy would feel overwhelming? Another challenge is the social scene. Expats often feel isolated, as locals can seem reserved, making it tough to build friendships. On top of that, not speaking fluent French can add to the struggle, making integration even harder. While France is a dream for tourists, long-term living comes with hurdles. Could you handle the cultural and social barriers that expats face? It's certainly a place best enjoyed for vacations. Coming in at number 5, China is a fascinating destination, but living there can be tricky. The biggest challenge for expats? Cultural barriers. Mandarin is the main language, and while some people in larger cities speak English, communication is still tough. Have you ever thought about how isolating it might feel not understanding the language? This barrier makes daily life difficult, leaving many expats feeling disconnected. On top of that, China's work culture is intense. Long hours, high expectations, and even mandatory socializing after work leave little time for personal life. Many expats find it hard to balance work and relaxation, feeling like they're always on the clock. China offers a rich cultural experience, but adjusting to the language and fast-paced work life makes it a challenge for long-term living. Could you keep up? At number 4, we have Canada, a country often seen as a dream destination with its stunning landscapes and safe, high-quality lifestyle. But could it be tougher than it seems? Many expats quickly realize the high cost of living, especially in cities like Vancouver and Toronto, makes it hard to afford housing. Would you expect housing prices to be a major issue in Canada? Then there's the weather. Long, snowy winters that stretch from November to April can be a real shock for those from warmer climates. Immigration is another hurdle. The process is slow and complex, and professionals may face challenges getting their foreign qualifications recognized. Expats often need additional training, adding more stress. Canada is beautiful, but between the costs, winters, and paperwork, it's not as easy as it looks to settle long term. Moving to number 3, let's talk about Mexico. One of the biggest attractions for expats here is the low cost of living. Rent, food, and healthcare are much cheaper compared to North America and Europe, allowing many to live comfortably. But is it all smooth sailing? While affordable, certain areas near the US border and cities like Tijuana face higher crime rates, including theft and more serious issues tied to drug cartels. Expats also worry about cleanliness and water safety. Tap water isn't safe to drink, and food from street vendors can sometimes be risky. Staying cautious about petty crimes and scams is a must. Mexico is perfect for short-term visits, but expats seeking a long-term stay must weigh these risks carefully. Could you balance the affordability with the safety concerns? At number 2, we have Belarus. While this country offers a low cost of living, expats often struggle with feelings of isolation. Why? The language barrier is a major issue. English isn't widely spoken, and most signs are in Russian and Belarusian. Without knowledge of these languages, daily life becomes much harder. Could you imagine navigating this challenge every day? On top of that, cultural gaps add to the sense of isolation. Belarusians tend to be reserved, and breaking into local social circles can be tough. The political climate, with its restrictions on freedoms, can feel stark compared to more liberal countries. Belarus is rich in culture, but between the language barrier and cultural differences, it's difficult for expats to fully integrate. Could you build a life in a place that feels so closed off? Finally, at the top of our list is Vietnam. Known for its amazing food, lively culture, and low cost of living, it's no surprise that Vietnam attracts many expats. Street food like pho and banh mi is a huge draw. But is a daily experience as enjoyable? Unfortunately, hygiene and safety concerns can quickly take away some of the appeal. Many expats report getting sick after eating at street vendors due to inconsistent food safety practices. Scams are another issue, especially in tourist areas. Whether it's overcharging for food or services, expats need to stay alert. Would you be able to stay cautious every day? Vietnam is an exciting place, but long-term living comes with its challenges. Health risks, safety concerns, and scams make it harder than it might seem. Could you adjust to life here? Living abroad isn't always as easy as it seems, and navigating the challenges of a new country can be overwhelming. Whether it's cultural barriers, safety concerns, or just adjusting to daily life, some places aren't as ideal as they appear. But settling in a new environment isn't just about moving abroad. It's also about finding the right spot closer to home. Speaking of locations, have you ever wondered which parts of the US have the least diversity? In our next video, we're diving into a surprising trivia about America's least diverse states. You'll be shocked by some of the places that top the list. Stay tuned, you won't want to miss it.